Good morning and welcome to my channel. It is me in the flesh. I am alive. No, this morning has been a very interesting morning, to say the least. I hope everyone is doing well. I don't know why, but it's like every time I try to start one of these lives, it seems like I forget how to do it, and then I have to go through and remember. All right. Let me see if I can figure my life out. We'll see. Everything is running slow. We have a storm that started Monday night. It started raining here and then it went all day Tuesday and it's still really cloudy. So like everything in Arizona, when it starts to rain, it slows down. I'm trying. Everything is just taking its sweet time. I'm trying to think if I have anything open that I don't need open. I might have to just like upgrade my laptop into a better All right. So I just sent the link to, if you guys want to join me. My apologies. I am running so slow today. It is not even funny. It's terrible. Hey, I just got a notification that my friend Nichole has subscribed to my channel. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, good. Good morning, Skye. I just got a notification that my friend Nichole has subscribed to my channel. Awesome. Yeah, I'm getting a late start. Well, I'm not. It is. I wouldn't even say it's late. It's just kind of slow.
That's okay. I was actually worried something had happened. I was like, oh God, she hasn't been on the computer all morning. I was like, oh God, something happened.
No. I was just telling Sarah that it's the same stuff. I'm just getting really good at faking it. So, but tomorrow I'm going in and they're going to see if they can fix what is wrong.
Hello.
I keep hearing like my voice and I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. Oh, that might have been
Amy joined us, so that might have been her.
Okay. Good morning, Amy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you this morning?
Right on. I'm here. I'm good. I am good. I know. I'm reading the comments right now, and I love Sarah. She always makes me laugh. So, all right, awesome. Good morning, ladies. I am sorry that I'm so late, but we will get this show on the road. So, All right, you guys want to introduce yourself and we'll get started.
Who first?
We'll do Amy first because
Okay.
you know she's awesome and typically more awake. Hold on, I got a special message from Mr. Man.
200.
Oh, that's awesome!
And there's 20, and then I got another 20 in there.
Awesome!
So we got it back and made $60.
Congratulations.
That's right.
Mr. Man has become a lottery ticket guru. Well, all right, without further ado, take it away, Amy.
It looks like she disappeared.
Okay, well, you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll get back to Amy if she makes it back.
Okay. Hi, I am Skye. I write urban fantasy under the name SD Haggis, and that's about all I've got. My birds are being annoying because, of course, they've been quiet all morning until I get on camera, and now they want to make noise. So
They're like kids.
Yay.
Awesome. Well, good morning.
Sorry, my internet blinked.
That's okay. That's all right. I was just thinking to myself that we have been having 3 days of rain, and I am actually surprised that my internet is working. And so, good morning, Alina. How are you?
Hello. Okay. I was trying my best to get online, but Facebook wouldn't just show me the messenger part, and I couldn't click on a link because, yeah, it was fun.
Facebook was holding out.
Oh yeah. I think that today is it's more like a Monday than Monday was, because Monday I woke up and I was able to get everything started on time, and today I woke up and I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this whole live thing. So, well, good morning. We are still struggling through introductions, so we'll go ahead and do Amy, and we'll do Alina, and then we will get started.
Me? Okay. Hello, I'm Amy Nobody. I don't have any social media or website or anything like that because I don't use it. I'm a SEO consultant, and I am here working on my first rough draft of my first fiction book. I finished my outline, and I've been plugging away at this project for a couple of months now, and yeah, that's why I've been joining everybody for these writing sprints, and that's about it for me.
Awesome. Take it away, Alina.
Oh, it's my turn. Hi, everyone. My name is Alina. I'm a fiction author, and I'm just great today. My Photoshop crapped on me like a few times, which was awesome. I hadn't saved my project before it decided to go bonkers. I didn't miss much. I mean, I didn't lose much, but still. Yeah. It's been a great day so far. Not really. I totally vote for this being the new Monday, so that's great. That's awesome.
Well, I think that everywhere around the world, it is officially Wednesday has changed days with Monday. So
Sounds like it.
yeah.
Am I the only one that's kind of been somewhat having a good day then?
Well, I mean, I've had a good day as far as like nothing bad has happened. I mean, my daughter was late for school. Well, I think she got to school on time, but she couldn't get her ass out of bed. She was just like dragging it. And I had to go in there like 3 times to tell her, come on, get up. You got to get up. And, you know, so it's been a good day. It's just been a day. And it's only starting for me. I mean, it's only 9:13 here. So, I mean, anything's possible. My
Yeah,
desk
no,
is made
I
out of
get it.
wood, so I'm gonna knock all over. So
See, it's noon. It's a little after noon for me, and I've already got like 1,000 words in. I'm on the last chapter of this book. I'm like, yes, let's do this.
Oh
Oh,
no, I
wow.
finished yesterday. Like I finished the book yesterday, so
Ah,
I'm
congratulations.
fine with that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I need to start the next one today, which is great. I found the title, which is like a total win.
Yay.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's always nice when you finish a project because it seems like that's just a weight taken off of your shoulders, but then you start the next project. So I like to put a couple of days in between finishing one project and starting the next because I just, you know, I don't need that extra stress.
It depends for me because, like, so I spent this morning writing, and then I also created the project for the next book, the last book in the series. And I'm ready to start on the last book. So as soon as I finish this one, I'm jumping right in. And that's not, if it was if it wasn't the same series, like if I was completely jumping to a new book, I would also have a couple of days wait time in between books. But because it's part of the same series, I'm just jumping right in.
Yeah, same for me. It's like the last book in this story arc. So it kind of continues, but even without that, like I don't have that problem. If I can bring myself to write, I'll write. I take breaks because I take breaks. It's not because I jump between projects, because we all know sometimes I write on 3 different projects on the same day. So I got over the need of a break.
Yeah. Oh,
Plus,
yeah.
I prefer jumping into the next project to editing. So it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I like to, I find myself, like if I get stumped in a scene, or if I just like, if I'm struggling to figure out what's going to happen next, I'll start editing. And it seems like when I start editing, like if I go back to the beginning and I start editing it, then it helps me push past that, like, well, what's going to happen next? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
In my little bit of experience, I understand that part, yeah.
Oh yeah. I know they're talking about the alarms, and it's actually, I can relate to all this alarm talking because so my let's see, I have 4 children. My daughter and my 19-year-old can sleep through an alarm, and my 17-year-old, I mean, if the house was on fire, the only way they're going to wake up is if I run in there and like hit them over the head with something and tell them to get out of bed. And then my other 2, they hear the alarm, but they have like selective deafness. And so instead of getting out of bed and turning the alarm off, they'll just roll over and ignore it. But I got Mr. Man, who is like, he can't stand hearing that obnoxious, repetitive alarm sound. So then I have to go in there. So I'm like, okay, guys, you need to figure this life out. So yesterday, Mandy Lynn put up a video of her alarm clock and how she wakes up at 5 a.m. And it actually has wheels. And so you have to chase it around the house, you know, until you catch it, and then you're already awake. So you're not going to go back to bed. What I need is an alarm clock with a train whistle on it that I can like park next to their beds. It'll blow, and then they will get their asses out of bed. So
yeah, I would not recommend anyone to switch their wake up time overnight. It sucks. It throws you off, and it's not good for your health. It's why people are against the daylight saving time thing. So you should maybe change it like 10 minutes at a time. But if you normally wake at 7:30 and then you decide to wake up at like 5:30, you'll be fine for the first few days. But then it will take a toll on you. It takes time to adjust. And the reason why that is because you wake up early, but you don't go back to bed as early as you should if you just switch abruptly. So yeah, if you want to wake up earlier, I suggest you start and move that like 10 minutes earlier every day for a time period, and that's good. Like,
Yeah.
it works better, and then it's easier to wake up at the same time because you train your body to wake up at a certain hour. And but it's important to get enough sleep and quality sleep, because otherwise. And
I'm not too bad.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm not too bad with the alarms. Alarms wake me up. I hate the sound of them. The idea of that alarm clock that runs away from me, no. That's like that motivation app you guys are using where I'm like, that thing's just mean. It's aggressive. An alarm clock, I'd have to get rid of that real quick, because I do respond to alarm clocks well.
Yeah.
Like, they work for me. I set an alarm, and as soon as it goes off, I'm awake. But I definitely agree with Alina about how you don't go to bed at the right time when you suddenly change your schedule by a big chunk. Your body still wants to stay awake at night. That's my big problem. My body still wants to go to bed at the same time, even though I'm now waking up earlier, so I am more tired. Like, just last night, I think I slept like 13 hours straight. I fell asleep sometime around like 6 or something last night and got up at 5. Because of that time change, and my body was just like, and that was just 1 hour. So,
yeah.
But my body wanted to stay up until 10 or 11. For some reason, it was making me stay up later, even though I was getting up earlier. And the whole thing, just, oh well, I feel good today. So I'm excited to try this writing thing and all that stuff. But I definitely agree about the staying up later, because you
need to
that's
take
what
it
throws you off.
progressively.
Yeah.
Because if it were that great to just switch from one schedule to another,
It would be easier for sure.
Another, nobody would complain about daylight savings, and a lot of people wouldn't have as many issues with getting enough rest when they do shift work, when their shifts change. So I say thread with care. And also, if you're not a morning person at all, like really, if you don't work well in the morning, I don't think waking up earlier will do a world of good.
Right. Yeah. Well, I was talking to, because my son, he's autistic and he has sleep issues. So I was talking to his therapist about like doing relaxation techniques before he goes to bed. And she had commented that, we all have the same, what does she call it? Circadian rhythm?
Circadian.
Yeah.
Circadian rhythms, yeah.
And I don't think that's true. I think that there are people who are naturally more productive at night because their natural sleep pattern is at night. And so when we force ourselves to go against what our body naturally wants to do, then we also go into those.
I mean, we have the same circadian rhythm. It just doesn't start at the same time for everyone, but it's the same rhythm. With exceptions, there are people who are not compliant with that rhythm, and that throws them off, and they have issues sleeping. But yeah, you can pretty much train yourself, and if you take enough steps through a period of time, you can train yourself to wake up earlier. But if you force yourself to wake up earlier out of the blue and you're not a morning person, that's going to be rough.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can switch your patterns a bit and do more during the day and go to sleep earlier, because it's true in certain periods of the night you get better sleep and whatever, but you can't do it all at once, and some people require a lot of help to sleep decently. And I know my boyfriend has that issue, and it took a lot of input from the light he receives and the light he has in his room to get to a normal level. And it's not as easy, and it's not as universally valid to say that. There are people who just work on different schedules.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
So what is everybody working on today?
I am actually going to be working on chapter 2 of the book 2 for the Awakening.
Yeah.
I had an epiphany of, and so now I need to get this on paper before it runs away again.
Well, that's cool. Did you finish all those questions you were working on the other day?
You know, I did, and so now I've gotten to a point where I need to start applying them to my outline. But I also have gotten to a point where I have to just stop, because it's just like a rabbit hole. Once you start in and you're answering these questions and you start thinking, and it really has helped me to produce a better character for my story, or a better version of her. But at the same time, it's kind of, now I've gotten to this point where I have all of this information and now I have to apply it to my outline, and I'm like, holy cow. So
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about it, and I still love it. And I printed off the PDF. When you purchase the audiobook, it comes with a free PDF. And so I printed it off, and I really like the fact that I can go back and look at the PDF and at the same time listen to what she's saying, because as she's saying it, I can apply it to what's going on. Because some of the things that she talks about, like she uses the word hero primarily to for main character. So her main character is the hero, but it kind of throws you, at least it throws me off, because when I hear hero, I think of like superhero comic book type of writing. So if it took me a while to really,
just a different vernacular than you're used to.
Yeah. And then there was so she also uses this shard of glass. And so I actually had to go back like 2 or 3 times and figure out what it was that she was trying to describe as a shard of glass. So yeah, I really like it. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I can work on it anywhere. I don't have to sit at my desk and work on it.
That's really cool.
Yeah. What are you guys working on?
Like I said, I'm just starting a new one, which is the last in the story arc. So it's a less angsty story, but not entirely so. And I'm wrapping a lot of issues, and I'm setting up the next story arc, because why not? And yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. I want to get these 3 done and then edit them and then release them, because it will be another rapid release. So hopefully that goes well.
Oh wow! Go ahead, Amy. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, did you finish that Photoshop cover work you were doing yesterday?
I wasn't. I was planning on doing it, and
No,
then I didn't.
planning? Okay.
I finished the story relatively after the stream. I stayed on. I finished the story. Then I had to walk my dog, and then I was like, it's after 9 p.m. I'm going to bed. And I worked on the cover today. And like I said, Photoshop decided to just go bonkers on me a couple of times. And I did the same thing like 3 times, and I lost it again. And then I was like, I'm done. I'm going to save this and just go back to the writing for a bit. And, yeah.
I can't blame you. When stuff like that doesn't cooperate, I change tasks in a heartbeat, because I can't stand it when they don't cooperate.
A bit, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I really admire you for being able to do rapid release, because one book was stressful enough. I couldn't imagine doing like multiples, one right after another.
Yeah, it's intimidating to me too. Skye talks about it all the time, and I'm like, oh.
I know. I'm striving towards it, but I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'll achieve it. Maybe not this year. Maybe I won't achieve that goal this year, but eventually.
I did it once with 4 books. So I released 4 books over, what was it, 3 months?
Oh, wow.
Less. Yeah, about 2 months and a half. And I had four. It was novellas, by the way, in my serial. And it was stressful not to have them all finished in time and just chase that pre-order limit that Amazon has, which, by the way, for those of you who haven't tried Wide yet, Amazon is quite generous with how much time they give you. Everyone else wants stuff like 10 days before. So that was amazing. So I'm doing it now, but now I want to, I will release book 1 when book 3 is completely finished and edited by me and sent to the editor. So that book 1 is already completely edited and we're working on book 2, and that's fine. I can start it, and I will have like 10 days between the 3 novellas. It's way easier when you have them all written and edited than just trying to catch up and not miss deadlines. That was super stressful.
Yeah,
that's my plan. That's why I want all 3 of these written before I even start scheduling release dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With The Awakening, I had to change the release date several times. So I was thankful for Amazon being so very forgiving for my lacking. So
Since when is it forgiving? As far as I know, if you change the pre-order date, they cut your rights for pre-orders for a year.
Really? Because I didn't
Yes.
I didn't have that. So my first release date was going to be December, and then I had to change it, and they didn't have any problems with me changing it. In fact, I pushed it from December to February, and I didn't have any issues.
Oh, the issue is not that. The issue is you won't be able to have another pre-order for 12 months.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, you should.
I thought as long as you did it before a certain cutoff, you were fine. But once you were within that cutoff, you couldn't.
No, the cutoff is for when you can upload your file. Unless they changed the rules recently, that was the thing. You lose pre-order rights for a year if you change your pre-order date. That used to be the rule, but I don't know. Just check it.
Yeah.
Maybe they changed it. Maybe they finally decided it's a good idea to change it. I've not seen anything about it being changed, but I might be just missing out.
Well, no,
it's possible.
I know. I'm like, you're pretty thorough, so I'll have to like make sure that I didn't neglect to read something when I.
But I mean, it's not a big deal. You'll just release it when it's ready and not have a pre-order. It's not like you can't publish.
Right. Well, and I like honestly with the whole pre-ordering thing, I wasn't impressed with it. Like it doesn't really. So I was pushing pre-order, but it never told me like how many were being pre-ordered until it launched, and it was kind of.
What do you mean? They have a special pre-order page, and you can track them on Amazon.
Yeah, like I would go there, and it didn't give me any information, and then once it went live, then all of a sudden I got all kinds of information, and then with my
KDP report.
Yeah.
Or book report, because book report gives you nothing, but KDP report. Wait 1 second, because I have to tell you exactly where it is. On your report thingy, you have a pre-order page that shows you the total number, and then you have like a plus sign, and when you click on it, it shows you pre-orders per store.
Right.
Including cancellations and whatever else you might have. They're all there. Like I have them for every pre-order I did.
Yeah, because that was what I was kind of bummed out about. And then people were actually getting copies of the paperback before it was supposed to be live, which was a little frustrating.
Oh, was this paperback pre-orders, not the ebook pre-orders?
Yeah. And then
maybe that's why, because they only track paperback ebook pre-orders here. And that makes sense because when you look at your dashboard, they will never show you paperbacks when they're bought. They appear when they're delivered. but that's for paperbacks. For ebooks, you have information about pre-orders in real time, just like you have for sales.
Right. Right on. Yeah, but it was a little bit because I got a phone call from someone before the book went live, telling me that they had received their paperback copy, and it wasn't like they weren't supposed to have gotten it, but it was okay. It's like
just
trial
a
and error.
question. Just a question. Did you only have pre-orders for paperbacks or ebooks as well?
I had them for both because
Okay.
and then I set it up so that when you purchased the paperback, you would get a free
discount for ebook. Yeah.
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 So that's
No,
why
I was just asking because yeah, I don't know what to say. I would just change. I mean, like if it's paperback, I totally get why they wouldn't show up. They only show ebooks real time.
Yeah. No, I just don't know. Like, I know it's important to do like promotion for pre-sales and stuff. I'm just not entirely sure like how beneficial it is in the grander scheme of things. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? But I mean, I'm still learning all the ins and outs.
Yeah, I mean, the most successful pre-order campaigns I had were for this serial because I would release a new book and I'd already have the pre-order ready, so I'd get a few copies moved before. But that's only for people who bought the book. If they were reading it in Kindle Unlimited, obviously they wouldn't pre-order. But it works well and depends how and where you promote it. I still find my newsletter is my best avenue for promoting anything. So, yeah.
Right on. Right on. Well, shall we get started?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because I have been demoted to an unrepentant slacker, and yeah,
I haven't been demoted at all in 3 days apparently. Well, but I still need to work for it today because otherwise they'll demote me again.
Yeah, I was demoted, and not only did they demote me, but they gave me a great quote from Maya Angelou. So now I feel really guilty. It says nothing will work unless you do. So I guess on that note, we should get to work. So
okay, somebody count it down.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. We are all chiming.
Yep. I got 680.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay, I write that.
Do some math.
I got 311.
Nice.
I got 494. I almost broke the 500 mark.
So
That's
close.
nice. That is awesome. Are you still working on the same scene, or did you finish that?
I finished that scene yesterday too, and then I did like kind of like a recap because I have been going out of order. I went through everything today, and I'm actually a little bit farther behind than I thought I was. I thought I had only 10 scenes that I hadn't touched yet, but I have 14 that I haven't even touched. The good news is that I only have 4 additional scenes that are incomplete because I thought I'd finished them, but I hadn't. So I don't have a lot of like halfway done scenes, but I have 14 scenes that I haven't even touched. So where I thought I was like getting closer to like 35, I only had like 10 or so left before I could finish. No, I'm more like 16 or 17 scenes away from being finished. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to finish Camp Nano, and so I've got to keep on it if I'm gonna keep this pace up and finish. So a little bit farther behind than I thought I was, but all of these are just self-imposed deadlines at this point, so it's okay if I drag a little bit.
Right on. I got 301.
Nice.
Is everything okay? Well, is everything still going all right? Yeah, okay, it is. My computer just did something really weird, so I was like, what the heck is going on here? So, okay, so you've discovered that you have more to write. You're not as close to being done. Well, that's that's good, right?
At least now I know, because I have been just kind of skipping around and working wherever. This is the first time, probably the first time in 2019, because I didn't work on it early January like I was supposed to, and then I spent the last like 12 days of January and almost all of February doing homework to complete my SEO certification. So I did homework like nonstop for almost 6 weeks, so I didn't touch it. And then after that, I started joining Skye for these write-ins in late February. So this is probably the first time this year I've actually stopped and recapped the project. But it's not as bad as I was afraid it might be, but it is not quite what I was optimistic optimistically hoping it was. So it is what it is, but I did manage to finish another scene during that writing sprint. So that's even better.
Right on. Yeah, people have suggested that when I get stuck to do that where you write like not in sequence, but write like the next chapter or the next scene. And that's what I'm terrified that if I do that, that I'll neglect to put it all in order. Does that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason that I plot as much as I do, that I'm such a plotter. The only reason that I'm able to do this is because my my outline is so thorough that everything is in order and all that kind of stuff. I just have to actually apply the long prose. So if I didn't have that, oh man, I would be terrified. I wouldn't even be trying if I didn't have this very well thought out outline.
Yeah.
So
that's
the only thing keeping me on track, I guess.
I think that is the reason why it took me so long just to get my first book out, was because I didn't outline as much as I should have. And because of that, I got lost and confused, and I went on a I feel like I'm lagging.
No, it just got cut off a bit.
Okay. All right. I know. It's the weather. Like I said before, I'm really surprised that my internet is even working, because when it rains in Arizona, everything everything just stops. It's like we can't handle the water falling out of the sky. So, all right. Are you ready for another?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, it's exactly like snow in Florida. That went by. I know. I was gonna say that went by like really fast.
And now it's time for math.
I know. All right.
I only got 186, but I finished another scene.
Woo!
Right on.
Nice. Oh, I got 699.
Woo-hoo!
Cool.
Oh
That's
man,
great.
one more and you would have got 700.
I know.
Yeah.
You can just write one more word and we'll look away.
Nah,
Right.
it's fine.
I got 557.
That's awesome.
I got 276.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm okay with that because I've really been struggling this last week. I've been struggling to get any words on paper. So I will take whatever flows out, I will take it, and then I will make something out of it.
Yeah, I've had days like that. Whatever happens, happens. We'll fix it later.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been, and I've also been trying to like think of things to put in my newsletter because I realized that it is the 13th and I like to, like at the beginning of the month, I like to start adding things to my newsletter and then I'll, move them around as far as like their importance and stuff. And I haven't even started. So yeah. Yeah, it's, and then I've also decided that I'm going to take the advice of other indies and I am going to start writing everything down on my calendar because I realize that I have gotten into so much that I can no longer keep it all in order in my brain. So I am going to have to become a slave of the calendar.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I find myself in that same situation.
Mhm.
I have different notebooks for my different projects, for my different clients. And now I'm realizing that even though I take good notes in those notebooks, I'm still having to come back to my bullet journal calendar to tell myself what to do with the notes that are in those different project notebooks.
Yep.
I know exactly what you're saying. I'm just going to have to commit to using the calendar so that I can manage the different projects, even though, they're thoroughly themselves. I know what I'm doing. I'm still going to have some more coordination.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely need more coordination. I like that word. That's a much more friendly word than organization.
Yeah, right. Makes you definitely feel like you've accomplished more in the process.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to make sure that so my website's still a baby website and the lady who helped me build it put a lot of work into it. And so I really want to do well as far as keeping it successful. And I was hearing, everybody's newsletters and I was like, I want to make sure that I put out a quality newsletter. So I'm still trying to, what was that book that Tamara, that you guys were reading? It's like the Newsletter Ninja.
Yeah.
Newsletter Ninja.
Yeah. I'm still going back to that and like getting tidbits of information from that so that I make sure that I'm doing quality.
Yeah, this is what I got as an action plan out of it. Let me just find it. So this is like all of this, and these are changes I need to do. Yeah, so I did the first 3. The rest are still pending.
Yep. See,
of course, some of these include me writing exclusive content, which obviously takes more time, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and yeah, that's an example of coordination that we need to develop. So yeah, and I tried doing the bullet journal. Like we were doing one live where I was sitting here and I was like creating the bullet journal, and I think I just have to find something that works for me because
yeah, I mean, I created my spread so that they can fit what I need to track. So I track my YouTube, I track my writing, I track my editing. Oh, Jesus Christ. And my reading and stuff like that. So, and I use weekly spreads that right now are super simple, like this. Just to, you know, because I used to do weeklies in a more complicated way, but then I just didn't feel like it. So I was like, I just need the basics. So yeah, I mean, I use that and the goals, and you can, I mean, if you want, you can check my videos on it because most of them are for writing.
Yeah.
Just to see spreads.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, I do look at other people for inspiration, but most of them are just to manage life in general. And I want to manage my writing mostly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel like I need to focus more on managing my writing. I've got life pretty well organized. I just need to, I just need to insert writing into that life. Because for 17 years, all I did was kids and house and husband. And now I'm like, okay, well, you guys are good to go. Take care of yourself. I'm going to focus on this now. So it's interesting. So, all right. Shall we?
Yep.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. This scene is a little bit more challenging than I anticipated it being. It seemed like it was writing itself when I was thinking about it earlier, and now it's like, nope, gonna give you some grief.
I got like 634, so slightly lower, but still okay. And I got my 2,000 down, so.
That's awesome. So how many hours a day do you devote to writing?
Just writing?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to have a minimum of 2,000 words per day for now. And sometimes it takes, like you've seen, an hour and a half, and other times it takes 3 hours. It depends. Sometimes I write more, but I try to at least have that minimum almost every day. And because there are other things I need to do around that, like edit other stories and work on covers and work on marketing and things like that. But because February was such a mess, I'm trying to get the 2,000 words done, and anything extra is just icing on top.
Bonus.
That's still a great goal to set every day. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit lower than my original goal for how much to write every month, but it's a sustainable one, so I'll take that.
Yeah. That's why I set 1,500 for my daily word count, thinking that that would be an easy goal to achieve. And yeah, for the last week, it hasn't been. So I'm hoping that as these sprints become more natural, part of my routine, that I'll increase my daily word count. But sometimes I feel like I sit in front of the computer all day long in order to achieve those goals.
I mean, they definitely help me when I don't feel like writing. Like today, I haven't written anything before we started. Yesterday, I had written plenty before the stream, but today, nothing. So at least I knew the stream was happening, so I'd at least get that done.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Oh yeah. Well, that was that when I was thinking about doing the 2 days a week, I figured if I did 2 streams on my channel and then Sarah does hers on Friday, I thought that's 3 streams a week. That'd be great. And then when Skye said that she was going to be doing 2, I was like, that's a great motivation to actually sit down and get work done. So
yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely helps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, do we want to keep it at 3 or do you guys have another one in you? Or do you have things you need to do?
I could do either one. I could do another sprint if everybody else is.
Yeah, I'm easy. I need to, if we have enough time before we start, I need to run to the restroom real quick, but otherwise I'm up for another sprint.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we can wait for that. But
yeah,
I will be right back.
When you're doing that, I'm gonna rinse out my cup.
So good, I'm here.
Yeah.
All day. Nichole, are you still writing? And if so, tell us in the chat how you've been doing. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a lot of stuff to do while we were sprinting, so I think you did great.
All right. I have been I usually am like a serious coffee drinker, but I have been having this really weird, like the coffee is making me, I don't want to say it's making me like sick to my stomach, but it's leaving like this weird aftertaste in my mouth. So I started drinking more tea. And it's good because tea is supposed to be healthier for you, and it comes in a variety of flavors, which is nice. But yeah, it's just kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe it'll be one of those things that I just cycle through. Tea.
Yeah, I mean, tea can have as much or more caffeine than coffee. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's not the caffeine that's making me sick. Like I love caffeine. I'm a caffeine junkie, but it's just like the actual, I don't know if it's like the flavor of the coffee or just the coffee itself. I don't know what it is. It's very weird.
Yeah, no, I couldn't live without my morning coffee. I've worked really hard to just keep it to the coffee I drink in the morning, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To be fair, I do drink it with milk, so.
Yeah. Well, and I've been drinking coffee since I was like 13 years old. So I don't know if my body's just like, hey, I've had enough of this. Let's try something new. Or I don't know. Because it's like, yeah, growing up, I remember like everybody got up, sat around the table, had their coffee, went to work. So yeah, it's fun. All right. So everybody's back. Are we ready or do we need more time?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we can go.
All right. Awesome. Let me get back to my. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Awesome. That is, I know, I'm like, I think they keep getting like faster and faster. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Oh, this is so great. I did 666.
Oh, awesome.
The numbers just get more and more impressive.
I know. Just write one more. If that's a bad luck number for you, just go ahead and write one more.
No, it's not. I just love it when it shows up because I don't believe it has any bearing on anything. But you know, it's funny.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what my daughter was actually the first one to ask me. She's like, I don't understand how one set of 3-digit numbers can make so many people think that it's like a bad luck number or whatever. And I'm like,
it's the number of the devil. Haven't you heard?
Yeah. Yeah. Because when God,
that's the devil, actually, the Antichrist, right?
Right. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Because when God was creating the universe, he took the time to think, I need one 3-digit number that's going to represent the most evil thing in the whole.
I mean, if it was something that important, I'd go with a more interesting number, like pi or something.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I don't want to laugh at anyone's superstition or faith, but it's like when you think about it, it's just kind of like, really?
Random.
Yeah. And there's no mention of it in the Old Testament. It actually doesn't even become like a thing until like the evangelical period of the world. It's just kind of like,
yeah, but that's when they started talking about the apocalypse. It was hard to mention it in the Old Testament because they needed Jesus in the first place, because the apocalypse does not work without Jesus. So yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of foreshadowing in the Old Testament, you know? So it's like, you know, that it's coming. It's just, I don't know. I just think that it's really interesting that there is a lot of Old Testament foreshadowing, and then like,
yeah, but that's if you take, I mean, which Old Testament, because there's a huge difference between the Hebrew version and what they translated in the English language or whatever other language Bible.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't see there being mentioned any mention of actually there being 2 heavens,
right?
Like explicitly 2, or God's plural in Genesis. I don't remember seeing that in the Bible. That kind of got lost in translation. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and that's why it's so neat. I think like when you actually take a look at, you know, when you question something, I think it's important to go all the way back to the beginning, not Genesis, but the beginning. You know,
yeah, which is a book. I mean, even if you take the Old Testament, like the first version they had only consonants, and they guessed where the vowels were. So.
Right. So
there's so much guesswork in it that, I mean, I'm fine with it as long as it's a personal belief. The moment it turns into preaching, I'm a bit skeptical, because it's like, which version are we talking about? I would like to know.
The version that came up with the mathematical equation that makes a 3-digit number. A bad luck, superstitious number.
We're being mean.
Oh no! I'm not. I mean, I'm doing it in the most kindest intentions. You know, it's like, hi, Nat. Oh, is it Natalie? It's got to be Natalie.
Hi, Natalie.
Yeah. Oh, and we've got all kinds of people joining us now. Okay.
When we're done, everybody join.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was just about to say. I don't want to hijack the conversation or anything, but I do need to
Oh,
go.
please do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
happy with what I did today, though. I managed to complete 4 of my incomplete scenes.
That's
So
awesome.
now I just have, I counted up 15, well, technically 14 incomplete scenes, but one scene that I know that I totally messed up, and I'm going to rewrite the whole thing top to bottom. So 15, and then I should be done.
You're doing great.
Woohoo!
That
But
is
yeah.
going to be.
Yeah,
I
no,
do need
that's
to
awesome.
keep going. So thank you for having me, ladies. I look forward to
Absolutely.
more.
Have a nice day.
Is it going to be on Skye's channel tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So 1 o'clock our time, Eastern?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
And I will be there.
Have a good day, everybody. Good luck on the rest of your writing and all that good stuff.
Bye.
Bye.
I had a pretty productive stream. Like my total is 2,680 words, so I'm totally happy. I'm thrilled.
My total is 3,077 for today, but I already had like close to 1,500 words before the stream started.
Yeah.
So
Total.
Still pretty cool.
That is really. That's a really good.
I'm trying to finish this today. I think if I'm guesstimating, I've got about 2,000 words left to write, and I will finish the book today.
Oh, keep doing it. Like it felt so good to finish that yesterday. So
I am going to push for it and see what I can do.
Okay, so I thought that I was really struggling, but I actually did 1,133 words in this stream.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so I'm like 400 words away from being from meeting my daily goal.
There you
Go
go.
to more sprints and you're done.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I will skip to. I mean, I will switch to some cover work for another hour or so, and then I'm taking doggy out, getting a shower, and going to bed. That's all I want.
Oh yeah.
It's late for you, though.
Really, it's 8 p.m. now. It's not that late, but last night was a rough night. I kept dreaming about my knee surgery and.
Ooh.
Yeah, my leg surgery. They go through my knee to extract the thing. But anyway, yeah, it wasn't the most restful sleeps I've enjoyed in the past. So
Yeah. So
yeah.
they did this yesterday?
What?
They took. Did you?
No, I was just dreaming about it all night long. No, I'm going for a checkup. I'm going for a checkup in early May to see how everything is and if they can extract it then. Because I still have the huge metal rod that's in my bone and about 2 screws that they need to unscrew in my lower leg. So yeah. But yeah, in early May I need to get an X-ray and to look at it, and yeah, but my leg was kind of giving me some pain issues these days because there was rain and stuff.
Yeah.
And clouds and whatever. And I think that translated into my dreams. So yeah.
Yeah. I've been having these so after I had my procedure on Tuesday, a week ago Tuesday, I've been having this, the best way I can describe it is electricity running through the right side of my body. So from my hip down, I get like my muscles are just like constantly quivering like this. And then they'll actually contract into like these massive leg cramps that will wake me up in the middle of the night. I'll be in a dead sleep and it's like somebody's ripping my muscles apart from the inside. It is horrible. It is absolutely horrible. So yeah, so I totally can and empathize with you.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
It's good that you're sleeping. You're always sleeping when I'm working.
Yeah. He's a good boy though. If I let Tala come in here, she would be like up in the computer screen and punching me and
I don't know. He's okay. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if I have any sort of guests, he'll be all over all of them because he needs attention. And if we're just there chatting in my kitchen, let's say nobody's petting him, he starts barking because he's like, "Hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm the center of your world, nothing else.
Yeah.
Stop ignoring me."
Oh yeah. That is so funny. Oh, and Nichole got 3 pages, but she's
Nice.
handwriting. Yeah.
She's handwriting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is totally cool. That's what I've been doing with the Save the Cat project. Everything I've done thus far has been handwriting, and then I was thinking about translating it into like my writing resources video.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's really cool. I think it's a really neat process, but I don't know. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I don't know if I have the stamina to do that right now. So
Yeah, I get it.
okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, awesome. Well, we can totally wrap it up. I'm gonna go drink my tea and get.
I'm gonna mess with Photoshop when I'm done here. So yay!
Yeah. Awesome. Oh,
I go continue writing.
okay, cool. So this is really neat. I know you guys probably already know about it, but I asked for Natalie to share her link, and it's actually letting it like post in the comments, which is really cool because I didn't know if you could do that. So her book is coming out on Tuesday. Go check it out so we can support another indie author.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So, all right. Well, why don't we go ahead and say goodbye?
You okay?
Oh, how do I like Save the Cat? I love Save the Cat. I absolutely love it. I'm using the audiobook that came with a free PDF that you can print off so you can listen to the audiobook while you work. So if you want to try it out, I would go to Audible and you can start an account and get the free download and get your free PDF, unless you like reading, like having the actual physical book. So that was Nicole's question. I love it. That's the short answer. So, all right. Well, cool. Well, then let's go ahead and say goodbye. I know you've got a handsome fella with you. I love him. My Malamutes are all black and white, and I love the pure white Arctic dogs. They are beautiful.
Yeah, I like him too. It's like, look at his face though.
He's looking at
face though.
I know, he's looking at you like, you better like me.
So actually what that looks means is walk time? Not yet? Can we make it earlier? No? Okay.
He's trying so hard.
I know.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I'll be a flirt and then you'll take me out.
Okay, now leave me. I need to say goodbye to the people, which we'll see anyway tomorrow on Skye's stream. So yay! You can check my channel too if you want. It's linked down below. I don't do anything but stream on it lately, so that's okay.
Oh yeah, no, I am totally gonna go check out your bullet journaling videos.
Oh yeah, there's a playlist for that. And you can check the more recent ones when I because I tried a lot of spreads, and that's what I ended up using. So
yeah,
the more recent ones. I mean, the most recent one I think was January or February, something like that.
Right on.
Well, then, so yeah,
I will totally get in there. What?
No. Stop licking me.
Yeah, do you guys use Audible?
I do, yes.
I mean, my subscription is paused right now. I'm using Script a lot though.
Yeah.
Like Kindle Unlimited, a subscription service, but they have different books than you find on Kindle Unlimited, and they have a lot of audio books, and it's everything from the indies I'm into to the mainstream stuff. And because at the rate I'm going, nothing else is sustainable right now. Plus, I know Script pays decent amounts to authors when you borrow a book. It's definitely more than they'd get on Kindle Unlimited for a book rent thing. So yeah, but I have Audible too, and I use it about 6 months of the year.
Yeah, and it's called Scribble.
Script or Scribe, depends on how you want to pronounce it. I'll give it the link if you want.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, I can post it here because I won't put the.
Yeah, because I love audiobooks because like Nichole was saying, you can fold your laundry and get some reading/listening time in.
Yeah, I listen to it. I listen to it while I work in Photoshop because I can. While I'm walking around and doing my errands and my grocery shopping and stuff like that, and while I'm drawing. Yeah. If I'm not following a tutorial and I'm just drawing from reference, I definitely do that a lot. And I've listened so much that now I listen to double the speed. So yeah, that increases my reading speed in general.
Yeah, because I know there's a lot of books. Like my goal for this year was to like do more reviews for people. But trying between writing and doing all the other things, trying to sit down and dedicate.
Yeah, it's difficult. And I mean, like I don't have the time because lately I read a lot for some reason. Like I had a goal this month to read 10 books. I'm currently at 21 completed books.
Really? That is amazing. I mean,
last month, let me see. That my goal was to read how many? I think 7. Yeah. Last month I wanted to read 7, and my total was 38.
Holy cow! Do you like speed read?
But last month I only did that. Like, but I mean, I read in the morning while I have my coffee. I read in the evening, and if I take a break in the afternoon, I usually read. Plus, like I said, I do a lot of audiobook listening. So about a third of those books are audiobooks.
Okay.
So let's see, if I have 21 books, I've probably had 6 on audio.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I've cut down all my TV series and movies time, and I replaced that with reading. So makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because in the evening, instead of watching HBO or Netflix or something for 2 hours, I read for 2 hours. Plus the 1 hour and a half in the morning. Plus if I get another hour and a half in the afternoon, there's a 200 to 300 page book. Like, yeah. It's just what you choose to do with the time when it comes to entertainment. And I did read a lot of mysteries because I am working on mysteries right now, and I feel like I need to read more. I think most of what I read this month is mysteries. Like of 21, 18 at least are mysteries. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. It's research, people. I call it research and get away with it.
Yeah. I'm just when people ask me like how to be a good indie, I'm just gonna send them to your channel. I'm gonna be like, follow Alina. She knows what she's doing. She has her shit together.
I mean, like, despite having Script, which I do use a lot, I do buy a lot of books. That's true. Like,
I have a
and I do
Kindle
buy a lot of
subscription and I love it.
I don't have Kindle Unlimited here. It's not available for us. It's why I use Script. And actually, I prefer Script to Kindle Unlimited because, like, if I want books that are Amazon exclusive, I can buy them on Amazon, and I can read everything on Script, everything else. So, yeah, that works.
There you go.
It's not helping with my attempt to not get new stuff and finish my TBR, but you know, whatever. I'm reading a lot. I think I've already met my goal for the year, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I already have close to 100 this year, so that's fine. That's fine.
Oh wow.
Jeez.
I know. That is incredible. That is incredible. Yes. If you want to be successful, strive to be like Alina. No,
don't use me.
You know what you can do?
Successful people who, instead of reading a lot, they actually write and publish a lot.
Right.
And they also read.
If
you can do it in moderation. I think if you read the book a week, you're doing it right. So
if you could actually what you should do is you need to do like a video series of like outlining your structure and your, you know, how you do things, because I think a lot of people actually look to you. They might not admit it, but they definitely look to you for guidance on how to kind of structure their writing process, because you really do. You do an incredible amount of work, and it is inspirational. You really.
I mean, yeah, but I cover a lot of it. Like, I started doing the monthly vlogs, and I have one for January where I kind of highlighted everything that I did that month. I didn't do one in February because I was too depressed to do anything in February other than read, so there was no point. But I definitely recommend the Descent into Madness streams that I do with Claire, because it's her perspective too, and she sometimes has a different approach. And in those streams, we actually go into everything we do in a month, and it's all about writing and publishing and finding some balance, some form of balance. And I'm going to keep doing the vlogs, the monthly vlogs. I'm not filming every day for them, obviously, but I'm trying to go through my month with everything I do. And yeah, I mean, I've posted a lot about my process and everything already on my channel, but I think in the future, I'm going to focus more on this aspect, on how I do things, how my life is, more on the business aspects, because I don't feel comfortable giving writing advice. I think there are people who are doing it way better than me, both writing and giving advice on it. But I think I can talk more about the business aspect because there's not a lot of talk about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, so far I've tried to be pretty open with everything I did. And by the way, I still have a video that I need to film on how my experiment with relaunching my first series went. It was a 3-part series. I released the first 2, and then
part 3. Yeah, I keep waiting for part 3.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I'm so behind with everything that I don't understand why people would look up to me. But on the other hand, I think it's useful to document everything after what happened last year when everything went to shit.
Yeah.
Badly for me. So yeah, that was a mess. I'm still recovering from it. So yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't, I mean, that you had absolutely no control over that. So
no, I didn't, but it couldn't have happened at the worst time. Because I decided early in the year that I was going to switch from Kindle Unlimited to going wide. And that happened in the middle of me going wide, which was like the worst time possible to not publish anything for 6 months and not write and not be there to the marketing. Like, it couldn't have been at the worst time. So
oh wow. Yeah,
that would be useful for people who are trying to prepare for the worst.
That's how it is. It seems like right when life is about to pick up and get crazy, all of a sudden something happens. Like, your body decides that it hates the poison that the doctor put in it that was supposed to fix the injuries. So, yeah. I mean,
or you fall on your ass and broke your leg in 2 places.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that you have the ability to, you know, regroup and overcome and proceed forward, that's what really counts. So,
I mean, I'm still having hiccups. I'm not going to say it's easy or that I'm perfect. And I did have a great support system, which is so important. Like, I'm so thankful for everyone who jumped in and helped, because I don't know what I would have done if it was just me.
oh yeah.
I just don't want to think about it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. Yesterday, my dear friend of ours, she brought over, her and her husband brought over my favorite chicken in the whole world. And it was so, yeah, we have these places here. They're called Pollo Feliz, and I think it's like Nueve Pollo something. But they smoke this chicken, and they have all these herbs and stuff. And I don't know how they do it, but they slow smoke it so it's still nice and juicy, but the skin is actually kind of crispy. It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And so they came over yesterday and they brought it for me, and it was such a, you know, for her it was like a small gesture because she loves me, and it was really a big thing for me. I was just like, holy cow. So of course I had to like put it on Facebook. I was like, yay, because really, I mean, people don't have to, you know, they really don't have to. But when you have people in your life who truly care about you, and they show it by showing up when you're in, yeah, it's amazing, because I think we go through life so much that we don't realize how people truly feel about us until we're on our ass and can't do anything and need that help, you know. So it's been amazing. So, right on. Okay, did I miss something? Why does Nichole feel like a hypocrite right now?
She feels her 8-year-old daughter could use more books and less YouTube as she watches a live video on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about being the parent, is we have already gone through that gauntlet. Okay, she has to meet the standards that you have before she can totally veg out on YouTube. You can read, you know, she needs to be at the same level. That's what I tell my daughter all the time. I'm like, hey, until you can do it as good as I can, then you need to limit the amount of garbage that you take in.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Also, mother privilege.
I know. I'm like, I come up when you have children, you have to be very quick to come up with bullshit. Otherwise, and
now you're on video.
I know.
Saying that. So, like a few years in the future, when your children want to blame everything on you and go to therapy, they have video evidence you threw bullshit at them for their entire life.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
Oh,
my kids are still at that age where they realize that people can get paid for doing YouTube. They just don't realize that I don't get paid for doing YouTube. So right. I got the ability to say it's my job. Mm-hmm. So I'm on the computer for a reason, and I can use that excuse for a little while longer.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but by the time they're old enough to catch on to it, hopefully you will be making money off of YouTube. So
maybe.
And then you can show them how everyone has to start off at the very, you know, lowest of the low, and then they have to build up to be like famous YouTubers who are making ridiculous amounts of money. Oh, you know, you will find a learning opportunity when the time presents itself.
Or she'll keep doing live streams and make a lot of money with her books instead, which is fine.
Close enough. Same difference.
That's right. That's what I tell, like, when my daughter's like, why are you always doing live streams? I'm like, hey, when I'm buying you a trip to Alaska, you're not going to ask me why I do live streams, okay? This is why. I have to do the live stream in order to sell the books, in order to get that trip to Alaska, okay? It's
poor Nichole. Hubby already ratted her out.
my hubby.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh my god, I'd make him pay, because I feel like if parents don't present a united front, that's like asking for the children to turn against you.
Oh yeah.
Because they might be coming for you now, Nichole, but next time they'll be coming for him. So, yeah.
Oh man, I can't believe your husband threw you under the bus. Let me tell you, there's this thing, it's called Miralax. It doesn't taste, it doesn't smell, and it bakes very well into breads and cookies and pies.
Do I want to know what it does?
It's like it's similar to like the old chemical like laxative, except it doesn't. Yeah. It's more instead of an immediate like violent loosening of the stools, it's a long period of time where you're just like, gosh, I can't shake this bad food. He crushed her with the buzz. Oh man. Well,
I'm sorry.
And I learned that from a pediatrician, because when you have a child that has like certain disabilities, it's one label with a lot of stuff that goes on it. And he had his crap factory, as we used to call it, would get plugged up. And so his pediatrician was the one who actually told me, he's like, hey, this stuff is great. You can't smell it. You can't taste it. Because he was very sensitive to smell. And, holy crap. The casino just rolled into my office. So.
Okay. That makes perfect sense.
Oh, my husband's been doing the lottery, and he's actually been like pretty successful with it. So he's going to become like a scratch ticket kingpin. Hey, maybe he'll win the jackpot, and he'll be the one taking us to Alaska. You never know.
Yeah. It doesn't matter who, as long as you're going.
That's right. That's right. I eventually one of my life goals is I'd love to do like salmon fishing in Alaska. I think it would be really cool. And I want to see like a Kodiak bear from a safe distance, you know, even if it's through my binoculars, but I want to see it in live, like in the wild, alive. I don't want to pet it or anything ridiculous like that. I just, you know, some of those things that you can only do, because I hate seeing, I mean, I love seeing the bears in the zoos, but at the same time I hate it because I'm like, man, it'd be so much better if they were like in their natural environment. From like a 500-yard head start through my binoculars. from like the back of a Jeep or something. Safety first, okay? I want to appreciate them in their natural environment, but I also don't want to get eaten like the bear man or whatever well, I don't remember what they called him, but yeah. So yeah. All right, well, I will let you guys get going. I know you have things to do, and your puppy is getting antsy in his head.
Yeah, a bit. It's okay. We'll go out in a bit.
Yeah, it is kind of like a safari trip, but I don't really have any desire to go to Africa, which I don't know. It's just not one of those like destination places. Like everybody and their mother is like, oh yeah, I want to go to Vegas. And I'm like, no, I can live without Vegas. But I'm going
to Vegas only for the 20 books Vegas conference. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Nope. I have no desire. I went to the Las Vegas airport, and my daughter was just amazed that there were actually like slot machines in the airport, and I was like, wow, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. And as I was thinking that, a man was so angry because he had gotten sucked into the slot machine area, where, because like they have specific designated areas where you can play the slots and smoke, and he got sucked in there and missed his flight, and so he's like pissed off around it, because I'm like see, child gamble in the airport.
Nope.
So yeah. All right, well, awesome. Well, let's go ahead and say our goodbyes so that we can get off of here. And I'm gonna go see if my husband has I think it's like I scratch. 215 million.
It's good. It's good that her internet at least waited for us to be at the end so that it completely cut her off. Like,
Yeah.
You were gone there for a second, at least on my side.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and do our thing. It's working. Let's do it while it's still.
I mean, I started it. I was talking about my channel and everything, and then we got derailed. So I think it's Skye now.
All right. Not much to say. I am Skye. I write urban fantasy under the name SD Haggis, and I don't have anything published currently. Hopefully, when I finish this trilogy, it will be the first I publish, and then that's it.
Many more
And
will come.
on my channel, I'm doing live streams until I get this stuff finished.
Perfect.
Hey, you guys are I'm like, you're gonna totally hate me, but I think that it totally froze on all of that. So,
Yeah.
but we won't do it again. We will just keep pushing
No,
forward.
it just froze for you. It just froze for you. It worked for us.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. That's good. That's good. Okay. My internet is like falling asleep.
It's
Jerk.
raining.
No. Do your job. That's what I pay you for. All right. Well. All right. So I am Dana Gaulin. I write adult fantasy romance. All of the links and schedules and wonderful stuff is down in the description. Go to everybody's channels and subscribe, because that's the only way that we could become world famous YouTubers and get to amass stuff. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for riding with me today, and we will see you guys tomorrow on Skye's channel, where her internet will probably be less ridiculous.
Hopefully.
So, all right, guys. I know, right? Fingers crossed. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.